Speaking of wanting to make money, the new war that's possibly on the horizon.
How though? Because this is what I don't get. Like, because everyone goes to war to make money, but it costs money to go to war, which funds your debt, which you get in debt for, which you make money for. Like,
it's just a big death cult. It's like the capitalism needing to find a way to reorganize the stuff that it can't do anymore.
America goes into debt, but the weapons manufacturers make money.
And it doesn't matter if America goes into debt because the government's always getting in the way, you know?
It's all nonsense. It's all part of the newspeak of like 21st century existence, is that there are bogeymen and that you should be scared and that these weapons are justified and this war is fine and no, you can't have healthcare because we've got to pay for more troops and bombs. Like, it's the same bullshit nonsense, and I do hope that people won't swallow it a third time round.
Oh no, I don't think they will. Yeah, like the whole,
I don't think they will either.
Yeah, one of my Twitter followers tweeted the other day, they said that like if they were to bring back the drafts or something like that, you're never going to get a bunch of like fucking millennials and zoomers who don't give a shit about the government or any kind of like idea of nationhood to come and fight for your country. Like, fuck you, we hope we lose.
Can I bring my Switch?
I want to play Animal Crossing in Iraq.
Yes. Like, none of us care. None of us give a shit. Like, none of us are. There's such a distrust for authority. Like, you're not going to get a whole generation of people to go and die in some fucking needless war again. But even then, the footage that I've been seeing is terrifying. Like, all these soldiers in like airplane hangars. Like, God knows how much of it is just like kind of propaganda and them trying to make it look like it's serious. But I'm honestly like, really, who is going to fight in these, like, who is it that is
the armies are big enough.
Yeah,
they
like,
don't need anyone else. They've already got a massive army. They've already got the biggest army in the world. They don't need new people. They don't need millennials to bring their switches. Like, they've got enough people as it is. They're like just fine to fight it right now with everything they've got. Like, they've got enough power to destroy the world like 5 times over. So like,
the thing that makes me sad though is that it's usually like economic deprivation that causes people to join the armed forces, because they tend to pick on people and communities that are economically disenfranchised, and you know, that makes me really upset that that's like who goes to fight and die in these like needless wars. Whereas like the more kind of like, I guess, even though working class, culturally kind of middle class, educated, like urban dwelling people talking about anti-war stuff can oftentimes look classist or look like it's disparaging people who, and I feel like as the left we have to be really weary of that in our anti-war rhetoric, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter like saying horrible stuff about like the soldiers or this or that, and even though yes, in principle I'm completely anti-war, I don't agree with the wars, I do have a lot of empathy for the people who go to fight in those wars, and not in this sort of like respect the troops kind of like way. I don't mean it in that way.
Well,
but I mean,
they're coerced.
A lot of the time, it's these alienated young men who they have lost their idea of what they are worth and what they want to do in life, and then they have these military recruiters literally coming to their high schools in America and basically pitching them, oh, you can have like brotherhood, you can have community. And honestly, I think that's a really big part of why these alienated young men go to war, is because they so desperately want like this cheat code, I guess, to community, to glory, to feeling accepted, and like making their parents proud. And it's so sad, you know, that they feel that they have to go to war to achieve all of that.
And all they really have to do is read my book.
It's a couple of the biggest spots in the UK that they recruit for the army as well, is in every kind of, you know, like career day you would have at school when you were like just after GCSEs thinking about A-levels, and then again just after A-levels thinking about uni, and then again outside Asda.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.